It's always a pleasure to be here, and today I'm going straight into my topic, and it's something that I've had people ask questions about this a lot, so I'm meaning to share this idea of mine that I feel is very important for you to consider when you're applying for a postgraduate work permit. If you're new here, please hit the subscribe button, like, share, follow, and stay glued here because I share amazing stuffs that could help you settle in Canada easy as a student, basically things that has also helped me as an international student in Canada. Okay, so let's get right into it. Today I want to talk about common mistakes people make when applying for their postgraduate work permit. It's been like consistent, like I've been hearing these things over and over. I hear people ask me questions that, okay, what do you think about this, what do you think about this? And I know everybody wants to stay longer in Canada, and of course nobody wants to come here and study and not be able to get the postgraduate work permit, which I don't pray for such. We've had cases of postgraduate work permit applications being denied. I'm sure like it's not one, it's not two, it's something that happens from time to time, and it's just because of common mistakes that people make when filling out their application. So I'm just gonna address a few that I have heard about and that I've heard people spoke about or they've raised concerns about. Now the first one is not attaching your employment. Like, why will you be employed and you will not attach it? Like, make it make sense. So like when I was applying for my postgraduate work permit, there was this video I stumbled upon, and the guy was honestly innocent guy, believe me, innocent guy. People only share to the degree that they know. So, and that's why when you're looking for information, don't let your source be just one person. Like, I know you can stumble on my video and you watch it. Try to also gather knowledge from other people. I try to always make sure that what I put out is something I've also tried with other people as much as possible, but it's also good that you also not limit yourself to just one thing. So this guy said, for the longest part, I was really scared. I'm like, but come think of it. Canada is a system that allows work study, and that's why you're allowed to work, a particular number of hours. So why will I keep quiet about my employment? Like, I'm valuable to the system. I'm paying my tax. Why will I not talk about it? I don't know if you're thinking what I'm thinking. Like, it doesn't just make sense. Why would you say I should not include my employment? So that's one mistake I want to address. Please always include your employment letter. Include your employment, attach your pay stub. Now, this is one thing I also want to address when you attach your pay stub. Now, some people don't go by the 24 hours thing. If peradventure you want to use your pay stub, make sure the ones you're using are the ones that have 24 hours. A lot of postgraduate work permits that I've heard has been denied from, the reports of the visa officer saying this person actually was working more than a number of hours. But how did they know? Like, there are a multitude of people. I don't think a visa officer will have to start digging into your employment history or your SIN to see how long you worked at a particular period or how your pay stub was. It is what you provide them that they're going to feed on. So you might want to make your last two recent one that you're going to attach strictly 24 hours. Now, that being said, always attach your employment letter. Let me get it straight. Always attach your employment letter. So before now, medical is actually very required, especially when you have to work in a field like a medical field. And that's why, I don't know if anyone has seen it. I'm going to post, the conditions that is usually attached to a lot of applications. You see people say things like, you see the visa officer say, not allowed to work in medical field, blah, 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 blah. Of course, it was also on, the IRC website for the longest part that you have to have a 12-month valid. The duration of when you did it to when you applied, it must still be valid within that 12 months. And you must attach your medical when you're working in a medical field or if you intend to work in the health sector. So you have to attach your medical. Now, a lot of people don't attach that too, but I think a law came out a couple of months ago that the one you used, even if it's 2 years now, you can actually still attach it. So you don't have to do another one. In my case, I did another one though. years that I had to pay another one was right after then that I had that the same one we had could suffice for 5 years. But well, it's all good because yeah, I'm still gonna need it for one thing or the other. So yeah, avoid too many essays. Avoid stories that did not ask you. Less is better. When I applied for my postgraduate work permit, I did not write letter of explanation or statement of purpose, whatever. I only filled all the questionnaires online. I filled the IMM forms and I attached all my supporting documents, my transcript, completion letter, my pay stub, my job offers. And that was it. I just put them in a PDF file and I attached it. No story, no why do you want to, like, it's my right to get postgraduate work permit so far before now, right? So if you study, you get postgraduate work permit. So it's my right. So I didn't have to, put any letter of explanation. So avoid stories, because from what I know, when people know more, they want to start probing. Okay, why is this? Why is this that? And it could lead to several other questionings. Like some people get mails of correspondence of, okay, provide this. Why is this? It might not be so rampant, but we hear these things, right? We hear it. And answer all questions truthfully. I also get that question a lot. Should I attach my IS degree? Because of course a lot of people had maybe master's degree or even bachelor's degree before they came for diploma. Attach your IS degree, because this journey is not something that is just for this short period. You're going to apply for your permanent residency someday and you're going to need your waste evaluation. Like just be truthful, answer everything truthfully, attach your IS degree. It doesn't matter with it doesn't correlate or hinder where you're currently working, because there's something called career transitioning. Regardless of what I studied, I can take a 6-month course that could transition me into an entire different field, or even a 1 month or 2 month course, or even an on-job training experience. So anything can help you transit into another field that you're working. So don't say, oh, I'm scared, I didn't have a background in health, but now I'm working as a health worker. Won't it clash? I also used to have all those kind of fears that surround things like that. But now I understand better that you don't have to have a health background to be in health sector, or you don't have to have an IT background to be in IT sector, because you can learn these things online. You can learn these things. You can have on-job experience or trainings. So please, always be truthful in your application and be coherent. What do I mean coherent? You already had a study permit application, right? Make sure your story tally. And that's why people that use agents, I'm always saying, regardless of, whatever the agent did for you, gather the documents that were uploaded, collect your IMM form that was filled, like know what this agent filled for you. And if you did it yourself too, have a folder that shows, your process and everything that you do per time, what you filled per time. So you can have your informations are going to be in sequence and they're going to be coherent, like they're going to be the same thing. The time frame is going to be the same thing. You will not make a mistake that would make the visa officer think, oh, but this guy said it was doing this at this time, but now he's saying he's doing this at this time. I don't know if you understand, but that's how best I can put it. But just make sure your informations are coherent. Be truthful and make them coherent. And this one, oh God, I have talked about it, and I know it's because a lot of people don't know, but I work in the healthcare sector and I had to do PSW course in Canada, but that course is not what brought me in. That's not what gave me my study permit. That is not what qualified me for my postgraduate work permit. Whatever course you do inside Canada, outside the one that brought you in, it's not tenable to IRCC as for you to claim that you want a longer postgraduate work permit. I see a lot of people do 1-year course and they say, okay, I have done PSW course at so, and now I want to attach the certificate so that they can consider me in giving me longer term. You are committing a crime. Not crime per se, like it's not like it's punishable by law, but it can result in your denial. Because this is how it works. Like that's cool. school, might be a DLI, but it's not qualified for you to get a postgraduate work permit from it. So imagine you finish from a school that qualifies you and then you're submitting the second one that is not from a school that qualifies you. What if the visa officer dwells on it and say, oh, this school you finished from does not qualify you, and then you forfeit everything? You don't talk about it. You're doing that to get a job. We all know what it is like to get a job, and this is something we all had to do at some point. You don't have to tell IRCC that. Like, please, don't attach a certificate that you did from a private college in Canada. There are several of them. And there are also several of them that you cannot study without having a study permit. Of course, there are some that you can study without having a study permit. But those ones that allow you to study without having a study permit, please, don't go saying, I have done PSW at so career college and I need more than 1 year postgraduate work permit. That could be like you shooting yourself in the leg. Please and please don't mention it in your application, like in all your applications, even in your PR, in your L sector category, especially don't mention things like that, because there are private colleges in Canada, they are recognized by IRCC, but they do not qualify to have a study permit to study with them or for them to give you an extended or postgraduate work permit. No, please stop talking about any PSW course or any course that you did just to boost yourself, aside the one that brought you in. Aside the one that you had study permit for in Canada. And recently I had one of the private colleges said starting January, they will no longer take international students because there might also have been measures that have been met against them. And I'm like, oh, this is like, some people have blocked, opportunities for other people. I heard someone attached it as an evidence of whatever to their nomination application. And guess what? The response from the nomination was, we are sorry, this is not the course that Ontario certified you to do. This is not the course certified by Ontario for you to get nomination. Why? Please don't talk about any PSW course I did. Please, please, and please. Please, I am begging you. Attach your 1 year course that you completed from any Ontario college and attach your job offers and pray. Hope for the best. Hope for the best. I'm actually really, really pained because I know everybody's pain. Everybody wants to stay longer, but these things can hinder a lot of things, can result in Pgwp denial, it's something they will tell you that you are not supposed to even study in this place in the first place. But of course, thinking about the place of personal development and all that, we can dwell on that, but it is not something that you should put to IRCC. You did it because you needed it to get a job, and let it stay that way. So I feel these are like the most common mistakes that I've heard about. And also another one is not submitting your postgraduate work permit as at when due. So there's a duration for you to submit your postgraduate work permit, which is I think 90 days. Although some people say 150, but honestly I think it's 90, which is just that duration of your scheduled break before another term begins for, depending on which school. You cannot continue working if you've not submitted a postgraduate work permit after you go your completion letter. You can continue working if you submit your postgraduate work permit application, but you can't continue working and for example, let me just explain this way. You just completed a 1 year course. Let's say you completed in August and maybe you're not employed yet, right? So you're hoping to get employed before you put in your application, or you're still thinking maybe you should do a second course. Now, if you're employed and you want to make this decision, just face it heads on. Make this decision to just apply, attach your employment letter, and hope for the best. But you cannot keep working and not apply for a postgraduate work permit, and then maybe you've worked 2 months before you applied. Like, why? Why didn't you apply for a postgraduate work permit? What excuse would you have? If you're not working, it's a different ballgame. But you can't be working and not apply for a postgraduate work permit after you've gotten your completion letter. Now, if you submitted your application, you can keep working till as long as you get a response on your application. I hope with this viewpoint of mine, I have been able to convince you and not to confuse you that please avoid these mistakes. If I'm going to recap it, attach your offer letters, Ensure to attach your medicals if you're working in health field, even if it's more than 12 months, attach it. Silence about whatever PSW course you did. Keep on. Less is more, like less is better. Avoid long essays. You can literally avoid writing a letter at all. Like, why? Like, you don't need it. You can avoid writing a letter at all. And make sure your informations are coherent. Make sure it is with the same thing you filled, because in the form you're going to fill, this is going to have all this travel history, employment history. Let it be the same thing that was filled in your study permit application, and be truthful in all your your questionnaire answering. So I hope you learned one or two things from this video. Please, if you're new here and if you enjoy my video, please share with your fellow friends and subscribe, like, share. I'll see you in my next video. Thank you so much. I remain Oriofe Jesu, and it's always a pleasure to be here. Bye.